So we wanted to combine the properties of backup storage and the properties of primary storage. We wanted to not only be cheap and deep and being able to store backups at very, very efficient way and at very high speed, but also we wanted to be primary storage where we can run workloads directly from our file system. So generally, if you look at the industry, there are two different storage companies. I mean, there's never a company which builds both of them together. They're all like, but there are backup companies and there are primary storage companies. There are backup companies like Rubrik, Cohesity, Druva, all these companies backup. And there's primary storage companies like Pure Storage, right? Like vSAN. So there are different principles in how they think about it. So we wanted to combine them. So that was my lesson at Data Domain when I was leaving, is that I need to build something which is kind of combines these two things. And to do that, there are a few techniques we have invented to kind of solve this problem. And one is that we have something called a log structured file system, which is amazing, which was invented by the founder of VMware, Mendel Rosenblum. And so we use that, and we use a bunch of other techniques to store all our data on blob store. But also on top of that, we have this two-tier architecture where our data is all on S3, on object store, on blob store. But also we have this dynamic caching layer where we can on-demand launch bigger caches and with NVMe caches and more compute. So we can run workloads for OLTP, like, transaction-based, like, high random IO kind of performance. And LFS, the log structure file system, works beautifully for any purpose. You can build anything on top of LFS. And if you look at the world today, like even Google uses LFS to build their fundamental Google file system. It's super powerful. It doesn't get the attention it should, but I think it's a foundation of all the cloud storage products these days. If you look at NoSQL, it uses LFS. Google file system uses LFS, and we use LFS. So that two-tier architecture, what gives us the ability to be low cost when needed. I call it backup mode. And then DR mode is running workloads. We can spin up more compute, and actually launch workloads directly from a file system. That's what gives us the power that we can experiment rapidly with powering on VMs, looking at them and turning them off. Because if you don't have something like this, you have to basically hydrate all this data into a new primary storage system. It just takes too long.